But we are doing the Challenger today. It's only 4k and it gives you a rare mixed players pack, so it's a pretty good one. Only 2 nationalities exactly, 3 leagues, max 6 from the same nation, max 6 from the same league, and then gold with 100k. But there's no rating on this, which means you can use as many non-rares as you want. There's normally 70 and as many 75s as you want. So we're using a completely non-rare team. And we're going to start off in the... Tell you what, we'll start off in the Italian league. Italy and Mexico are going to be our 2 nations. We'll start off with Silvestri in goal here. To get yourself any Italian league, Italian goalie, who is gold of course. We've got Marco Silvestri for 350. Moving into the back line now. Apologise for my PlayStation sound, by the way. I really do apologise for that. I know it's quite loud. Matteo Caldara for 450 there. And then next to him, we are going to have Conti. And again, you can use any Italian league players that are in exactly the same position here. So we're going to go Conti there for 350 and Caldara there, as I said, for 450. Then we are going to be using Mandragora. Did I say that right? Mandragora, almost nailed it. Rolando Mandragora. And then up front we are going to have Pavoletti. But as I said, you can use any players that fit the chemistry there. The only player that you definitely need is Caligiuri, okay, because he is from the Bundesliga. Very, very helpful man right there. Daniel Caligiuri for 650. He's the most expensive player in the squad by far, but he's really helpful. And he's up a bit at the moment as well. So when he goes back down, easy for you guys to get. But we're going to move over now to Mexico. Alright, there we go. Where's Mexico? Okay, so we're going to be putting at centre-back this man here, Montes. Brilliant SBC player. Cesar Montes for 350, who perfect links to our left-back. And you do need these perfect links for chemistry, okay? So you do need these exact players from the Mexican League. Jesus Gallardo there. In the middle, we are going to go with Rodriguez. Very, very solid card right there. Another 300 coin player. And, yeah, just get those ones, and then as long as these 2 strong, it doesn't really matter who you get. We've got Cordova, Sebastian Cordova for 350, 4-star, 4-star, what a man. And to finish off the squad, we have got Martin, Henry Martin there for 350. So that is our squad, everyone. We're focusing on advanced here. No loyalty, no position changes with this one. Costs around 6k and gives you a 25k pack. On foot, but it costs about 8k, so pretty happy with that. So, requirements. Exactly 3 nations, exactly 5 leagues, max 5 from the same country, 79 rating, and 100 chemistry. Not the hardest one. It's a bit annoying, but it's not particularly hard. Let's start off. I'll tell you what, we'll start off in the central centre mid position, a man that we're kind of building our team around. That is going to be Campagna, Jose Campagna, the 82 rated non-rare from Levante. So Jose Campagna there, I got him for 600 by now. He'll be a bit lower if you wish to bid, so you can save yourself a few coins here. I just buy now because it's a little bit easier for you guys, because it's a bit more realistic. Because bids can be a bit lower than they should be sometimes. Our whole squad is non-rare apart from 1 player, so I need to change that. But we are going to go to La Liga next. We are going to be using Zubeldia and also Postigo. You need to choose Postigo. He's not going to be going there. He is going to be going there. But you do need to use Sergio Postigo. Again, 450 by now, but you can bid for him a bit cheaper. I do apologise for the noise from my PlayStation. I don't know if you guys can hear that today. And then where Zubeldia is, he'll work, Germana work, Uriah will work, Inigo Martinez will work. You see that 79 or above rated Spanish centre-back from the Spanish League. In goal, we're going to be using Kepa. Aidan works as well, though. You can use Aidan in goal. But we are going to go with the legend himself, Chelsea's ex-manager, Kepa. So he's going to be going in goal. You can see him there. Kepa Arrizabalaga, just 600 coins on a buy now, but you can bid for him even cheaper. And now it's time for us to change league, and we're going to go over to the Serie A, which actually has our rare player in it. We're going to be using Bernardeschi, also going to be using Desciglio. I'll go into more detail on him in a sec, don't worry about that. So we'll start with Desciglio, that is Mattia Desciglio. I wanted to call him Martin for some reason there. 400 coins, but of course you can 350 by now him. Bernardeschi got him for 400, and again you can 350 by now him. We've then got Politano, I think it is, to finish off, the rare guy from Napoli. Yeah, Politano, there he is. Candreva was the guy that I was thinking it might have been, but no, he plays for Sampdoria, and I think he's too low rated for you to complete it with him. You can put him in concept if you want, but I think he's too low rated. So Matteo Politano, 700 coins. We are moving over to a little bit of a French contingent now. They're still all non-rare. We're going to be using a few players from the country of France next, though, and we're going to start with a perfect link. We've got Lassam Pli up front. get into detail on him now, of course. So there's Al Sampley for 750 coins, but you can bid on him for less if you wish. And he's going to perfect link to this man here, which is Thuram, a man that you've seen a lot in SBCs. Marcus Thuram for 850, but again, you can bid on him. We've then got two French league players. We've got Rongier, who's going in there. You can use Bourguade instead of him. And if you do use Bourguade, you've got to use the left back from Stade Reims. But if you're using Rongier, perfect link him to Amarvi, Jordan Amarvi for 450 coins, and that will be your squad. So, Fiendish, it gives you a 35k pack, which is really good. I've done it with no loyalty and just one position change. Quite a few methods use loyalty for this, but you don't actually need it. So, just to reiterate that, one position change is okay. You should be 1 short. You should have 89 before you do a position change. So, exactly 6 nations, exactly 6 leagues. Max 3 from the same league, max 3 from the same country, and also 81 rating and 90 chem. I do apologise for my PlayStation being ridiculously loud, by the way. There's not really anything I can do about that. It's just how it vibes, you know. Okay, so we're going to start off in goal with a man who actually has got a decent little upgrade this year. That's going to be Unai Simon. It doesn't have to be him. Actually, I think it does. Yes, it does, because of the perfect link. My bad, everyone. And he's going to perfect link to Yerai, who plays also for Bilbao. If you can get a different Spanish perfect link here from the same league and decent rating, that would also work, but I don't think there is any that are as good as this one. So we've got Unai Simon, Mendebil there for 700, and then we have Yerai Alvarez Lopez for 800. And then we're going to kind of finish off this little triangle here with a man who's not going to get much chem, and that is Aspie. Cesar Azpilicueta. You could call him Dave if you wanted to, and he's just going to get a little bit of chem. I think he's going to get 4 or 6 there. It's Cesar Azpilicueta for about 1.2k. These are all buy nows, by the way. If you want to bid on them, you could save even more coins than me, and this was 8k for me, so you could get it down to maybe 7. Let's go to the left-hand side next, and we are going to be using Alex Sandro here, who takes up a lot of the rating, which is very helpful. Not you, Alfonso. Yeah, we're going to be putting Alex Sandro here. Alexandro Lobo Silva, 1.6k. One of the most expensive players in the squad, but as I said earlier, if you want to bid on him, you can get him for a lot less. Next up, we have got a centre-forward by the name of Anderson Talisca. Absolute legend of the game, this man. He's sick in game again this year. Loved him last year. Absolutely just love this man's card. So it's Anderson Salazar Concial there. And he's just 900 coins. He's not very expensive at all. And that, again, was a buy now. You can bid on him for quite a bit less than that. If I put this to striker, hopefully you won't have to just search for it. We can put in Hamdallah. There you go. Hamdallah's going in next. Abdurrazak Hamdallah, 350 for him. He had a sick card last year. I'm not sure about his new trim. Not really a fan of it. That's meant to be on midfield, because we're going to be putting Petros in, who perfect links to Talisca, and also gets a strong link to Hamdallah. So there you go, we've got Petros, Matthews, Dos Santos, Araujo there, and that gets us up to 62k, and he's just 450 coins. So, our next triangle, you can maybe do a different triangle here, but have 3 players that are all strong linked to each other from different nations, and then your right back gets a weak link to your cam. So, I went with PSV, they're all quite cheap at the moment. I went with 3 PSV players. I've gone with Goetze, Zahavia, however you say it, and also Davy Proper. So Davy Proper's going to be going in there. He's one of the players you can position change. I'll speak about that a bit further in a minute. We're going to have Zahavia and Goetze. So I'm just going to stick them in for now, but they are going to switch round, and I'll talk about all of them. So, starting off with Mario Goetze. He's just 900 coins, but of course you can bid on him for less. Eran Zahavi, I actually did bid on him for 400. He is going for 450, but I thought I'd save the coins with him. And same with Davy Proper, just going for 400. Very, very easy there. And just to finish off, if you don't want to do a position change, you can use Henriks here, but he's like 1.6k. I am going to be using Danny Da Costa and then using a position change because he is much, much cheaper. You see here, Danny Da Costa is literally going for 350. So, you will have 1 chem less than you actually need. You could do a position change on one of Danny Da Costa, Davy Proper, or Anderson Talisca. Just one of them and you'll get the chem, okay? I'm going to do Davy Proper because I had the position change in my club. But it's still cheaper to do this position change, even if you include the price of position change than it is to use Henrik. So, submit that right now. Hard, okay? Any questions? 9 countries/regions exactly. 7 leagues. Max 3 from 1 club with 82 rating and 85 chem. Looks hard, looks a bit pointless, but you see the pack. It's a 55k pack, guys. It's definitely worth doing. This one is going to be no position changes. A lot of them were position changes. I just thought you've got to do it no position changes. Makes it a bit cheaper. But there is going to be loyalty. And if you don't know what loyalty is, guys, I'm going to link a video right now as a card that you can go and watch. Go and watch that and then come back, so it'll explain what it is, because you do need it for this SBC. Just so you know, it's about 12k. On Footbin, it was about 15. And this probably will fall when the full game comes out in a few days, because it is going to push some of the price ranges down. I know some of the ones like Vaya, who's going to be in this squad, are going to end up being lower price. So let's get straight into it, and I will just show you the team we're going to be using. So we're going to start off in goal, because there's not many players in my club at the moment. I don't actually need to search, I can just kind of go to them. We're going to be using Vlachodimos from Benfica in goal. Very good SBC card this year. As well as last year. I used him a lot last year, you guys will know that. So that's Odysseas Vlachodimos, and I got him for 800. All of these cards have been binned and not bidded, by the way. I'll tell you which ones you can get cheaper by bidding. And he, I believe, is one you could get for maybe 700, 750 if you bid, maybe even 650. So definitely bid on him. He's not really too competitive. Our first centre-back, we're going to start on the right, and we are going to be put in, if I can find him, we're going to be putting Marcelo in here. A lot of these players are out of contract from doing loyalty. Marcelo, Antonio, Guedes, Philo there for just 600 coins. Unfortunately, there's no 350 bids this year, or that would make this SBC absolutely dirt cheap. But it's still good as it is at 12.3k, you know. Marcelo, Antonio, Guedes, Philo there playing for Leon. Just make sure you get them right, Marcelo there. Don't get the Real Madrid one by accident. I know a few people did that last year when I used Marcelo for an SBC. In the middle, we've got the most expensive player in the squad by far. We've got Bonucci. You don't actually need to use him. Any 85 rated centre-back who isn't from a nation or league you've already used will work here. I don't know if there's many outside of Serie A, but it's worth having a look, because you might have someone in your club that does fit. But we're using Leonardo Bonucci for just 2.9k, which isn't too bad. We're going to be sticking him into the squad as the most expensive player. And finishing off our back line, finishing off our back line is going to be Otamendi. Completely lost it there for a second, but we carry on, you know. Nicolas Otamendi, 700 coins, absolute proper bargain there. He's one that you definitely can bid on at that price. There was a few at that price, but I think he's rising a little bit at the moment. So he's probably going to come back down. He's definitely one where you can snipe him for less. I've seen quite a few people doing that at 650. So just let me know how that one goes. We're going to be using a left wing here, so I do need to change it. And I do like the way they've changed this, by the way, so you can get to far away positions a lot easier. We're going to be using Ocampos here, and I will put in Munir at the same time, just because it's bit more convenient, isn't it? So Ocampos is carrying quite a bit of the rating for us. 1.5k, that's the lowest you can get an 83k, is 1.5k as a buy now, and 1.4 on a bid. I'm sure that will go down, and he'll become a bit cheaper for you guys, as will Carlos Vaya. But he's 1.5 as of now, but I think that's going to fall. So that's Lucas Ocampos there for 1.5. And then for 600, I did bid on this guy because there's loads of him at 600. There's no point in not bidding on him. Munir El Haddadi, just known as Munir, but good play, you know, for SBC. 79 rated, non-rare, absolutely perfect. Stick him in the squad. On this side, we're going to go back over here now, and we're going to be putting in Tete, who gets a weak link. That Luis Araujo guy there, you can't use him because he would link to Vaya. I'm sure a few of you might have seen him once if you could use him. Matthews Tete here for 800 coins. He plays for Shakhtar. That was a buy now again. If you want to bid on him, again, you could get this maybe as low as 11.5k, which is absolutely brilliant for a 55k pack. It's verging on like guaranteed profit. I'm not exactly sure if this SBC is guaranteed profit. I'd say it's very, very likely profit at the very least. And you guys will see the pack. Don't worry about that. So Carlos Vaya here for 1.4k. As I said, lowest you can bid on an 83 is 1.4k. So really cheap for him. Love Carlos Vaya. Literally use him every year. And midfield, actually all of our players now are going to be from Arsenal. I know, Arsenal of all clubs. So we're going to be putting in Partey, and also Granit Xhaka. Doesn't matter which way round they go. And don't worry, you don't need to change Xhaka's position either. So we've got Granit Xhaka for 600, and then Thomas Partey for 1.5k. He's one I'm not sure, he could rise a little, but I don't think he will, mainly because his pace doesn't make him as usable this year. So I don't think he'll rise too much. But Thomas Partey 1.5 and Granit Xhaka 600. And then a striker who used to be sweaty as on FIFA. He used to be brilliant. He's not as good anymore. He's got 75 pace now. Alexandre Lacazette finishes off our squad here. You can see him there. Alexandre Lacazette for just 900. Again, you can bid on him a little bit cheaper if you want. So, before we set this off, guys, before we go and get our 55k pack, In case it's not working, you've just skipped to the end and it's not working for you, you need to do loyalty. There's a link in the description if you don't know what that is. This SBC cannot be done without loyalty. Unless you want to use an icon, you can't do this SBC without loyalty. But no position changes, I'm pretty happy with. So, we're going to send it off now, guys. Make sure you stay for the pack. I've got a feeling this is going to be really good. As well, if you've got any questions, make sure you're dropping them down below, whether it's about this SBC. I don't mind if it's questions about whether you pack someone, you want to know if you should sell them or not. As well, I'm happy with that. But let's open a rare mega pack, the biggest pack I have opened this year. Are we going to get anything good, or is it going to be a bit disappointing? I'm really hoping for something decent here. It's going to be, I was hoping for Timo Werner, but it's going to be Volland. We have been absolutely stunk there. Kevin Volland. Wow, not good at all. Not happy with that. De Paul is a good one, though. I'm happy with him. And El Shaarawy and Decore and Nkudu. We've got some really good starter cards there. Actually, not a bad pack. Make sure you're checking it for the position changes. Centre forward to Cam is an expensive one. Catalyst is going to be quite expensive too. Make sure you're just checking everything. You could get even some badges that are really expensive. So make sure you're checking everything, guys. But that's all from me for this one. Make sure you come back. I'm going to be doing not just SBCs, but I'm also going to be doing some Road to Glory this year, some tutorials for other things, a lot of gameplay content, a big range. So make sure you guys are getting involved, and hopefully I will see you soon. Goodbye.